Sergey Kovalev stops Anthony Yarde in the 11th round. Massive, massive, massive credit to Anthony Yarde. I got this prediction wrong. I made videos saying Anthony Yarde would win. I predicted Anthony Yarde to win. He didn't. But he came so close in that 8th round. He came punches away in that 8th round. And to be honest with you, I think it was the 8th round that spelled defeat for Anthony Yarde. Let's talk about this fight. Sergey Kovalev boxed as I expected him to. Fighting on the outside, dominating with the jab. I think Anthony Yarde was trying to box with Sergey Kovalev early on in the fight. And as I said in my prediction and Keys to Victory video, no point trying to outbox him. Alright, that jab is a weapon. It's going to be better than Yarde's jab. No point trying to even take it away. Get on your front foot, tuck up, put the pressure on him and start hitting him to the body. And I think it was the 6th and the 7th round. That's when Yarde finally started doing it. Finally started to tuck up and go in, start landing the body punches. And I thought he was having some success there when he was landing the body punches. Even early on in the fight, you know, rounds like the 1st and the 3rd round, they were close. I thought they went to Kovalev, but they were close. Yarde was doing well. You know, he was being very elusive. He was slipping. He was using his speed. He was doing well. His lack of experience showed. His lack of proper experience in a distant fight. You know, if Yarde had fought an Isaac Chilemba, a Jean Pascal, people like that, people who would have taken him rounds, made him work, but wouldn't necessarily have beaten him, I think he would have been better equipped for this fight, because in the 8th round was when everything changed. Anthony Yarde landed a right hand on Sergey Kovalev, he buzzed him. Kovalev looked out on his feet. I was looking and I thought the referee was actually going to jump in and stop it. And Sergey Kovalev's coach, Buddy McGurk, said, if you take one more shot like that, I'm stepping in and stopping this fight. As you may know, Buddy McGurk was the trainer in the corner of Maxim, the Russian fighter who passed away a few weeks ago, RIP. And Buddy McGurk stopped that fight in the 11th when Maxim was getting hit too much. And I think that's still playing on Buddy McGurk's mind, which is why he was very quick to say to Kovalev, one more shot like that, you're out of here. Towards the end of the 8th round, when Anthony Yarde was trying to get rid of Sergey Kovalev, I saw a worrying sign. And it was not from Kovalev, it was from Yarde. Despite the fact Yarde was on top, he threw a left hook, and he was so wide and missed so wide, he landed in the ropes, and he looked knackered. And I just remember thinking, I hope this guy's not punched himself out. I hope Anthony Yarde hasn't punched himself out. And unfortunately, it looks like that was the case. It looks like Anthony Yarde just went and punched himself out. Because the 9th round, Sergey Kovalev won that round. He won it big. The 10th round, Sergey Kovalev was on the verge of stopping Anthony Yarde. He was saved by the bell. And I just remember thinking, the 11th round, what does Yarde have left? Not that the fight's been beaten out of him. I just don't think he's the stamina. I don't think he's conditioned himself mentally or physically for these 12 rounds. I think that Anthony Yarde, his lack of credible opponents who can take him the distance, who can make him work when he doesn't want to work, it really showed up. It really came back to bite him, essentially. That being said, full credit to Anthony Yarde. He is he'll be world champion. Oh, don't get me, mark my words, Anthony Yarde will be world champion. Might not be, well, wasn't tonight. Tonight wasn't the night. He'll win a world title. Definitely. 100% he will win a world title. There is no doubt in my mind. He belongs at world level. What a fighter. For only a man who's had 12 amateur... Like, think of it like this, right? If you look at Eubank Jr. when he stepped up to world level, Eubank Jr., very limited amateur experience, he's been beaten decisively. Yarde was a punch or two away from getting rid of Sergey Kovalev, and if he had a bit more gas in the tank, I think he might have. The end obviously came in the 11th. It was from a jab, it looked like. And I don't think Yarde was concussed necessarily. I think he was just knackered. I think that he just physically didn't have the strength to stand up anymore. And it was just, it wasn't the concussive effect of the shot. It was just, he was just knackered. You know, he was fucked. He had nothing else left in the tank. You know, that's simple as what I saw there. And again, as I say, full credit Anthony Yarde. Sergey Kovalev, he boxed very well. There was moments there where you kind of start, would he unravel? And we've seen Kovalev unravel in the past, especially when he has been hurt, but he didn't. He held it together. He stayed with it mentally. He boxed well. You know, as I say, Kovalev, very good boxer, very talented fighter. Kovalev ain't beaten Artur Beterbiev. He ain't beaten Alexander Vodsek. I think Beterbiev will win that fight. He ain't beaten Beterbiev. Oh, no, he ain't beaten Beterbiev. Beterbiev will light Kovalev up like a Christmas tree. That being said, fantastic fight. It's been a good card. I predicted Yarde to win. He didn't. I had a bet with my mate Niall. He said 20 quid if Kovalev wins. I said 20 quid if Yarde wins. I owe him 20 quid. But that being said, Yarde, fantastic performance. He will come again. He belongs at world level and he'll win a world title. Oh yes, he will. Those are my thoughts on this. I hope you enjoyed the fight. What did you think? Did you enjoy it? Do you think Kovalev is still there for the taking with a bit more experienced guy and a guy who's maybe been at world level a bit longer? Let me know what you think down below. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave your thoughts below. Subscribe for new. And as always, I will talk to you after.